Good afternoon, and what a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Tuesday the 20th of August and I'm in the read Nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. And what I've got a copy of in here is Bridgetown by the Furtive Goblin and John Gregory. It is for TROIKA and it is published by Technical Grimoire, I believe. So, welcome to Bridgetown. Bridgetown is a pastoral liminal RPG setting of a never-ending, ever-crumbling bridge. It's built for TROIKA, however the content is easily adapted to your favourite old-school system. Featuring flavoursome backgrounds, a new spellcasting system, dozens of stew recipes and a way to connect your TROIKA worlds together, we're confident Bridgetown can find a home at almost any gaming table. 12 backgrounds, players, goat, folk, pilgrim, a swarm of bug-sized goblins or a pile of haunted rocks. 12 locations, cramped cities, mossy spans and crumbling gaps, 8 gatehouses. These fortresses demand tolls, harass travellers and hinder your journey. 1 stone soup campaign, gain an overpowered magic item and experiment with dangerous recipes as you explore the bridge in search of rare ingredients. So there we have sort of general layout of the bridge. I mean, not necessarily parallel, but connecting to each other. And table of contents. We'll begin with tips for running Bridgetown, including a link to the free TROIKA rules, and essentially just giving a basic introduction to the backgrounds before we get to the features of the bridge. So it's kind of listing what they are one by one, giving it punchy, short and simple. So, you know, floating on a reality soup, watch your step, supernatural scarcity, sprawling and towering. And then we're into the stone soup campaign starter, even without really setting very much up, in that the player characters come into possession of this cauldron. You've got some story hooks, and you've got cauldron cooking rules, and some details of ingredients which the player characters can go and find in order to gain recipes. So discussing what counts as an ingredient, what can you use to cook in the in the cauldron, before we actually get on to creating a bridger, a player character. So this included, so you know, we've got some sample ones there, some ideas, and we get on to the actual types. We've got a cobble canter, a fallen aristocrat, a pebble pincher, and these are really quite fantastically evocative. A stone wright, a turnpike turncoat, a goblin cranny crawlers. So you've got sort of like the goblins able to get in between the spaces between the bricks and the stones and so on. And if not that, then goblins in a trench coat, lots of them. A gruffolk hostler or a gruffolk pilgrim, stone keening, so one of the stone folk, a troll sewer worker because you've got the sewers beneath the bridge, and a troll shaman. So lots of really nice options there, you know, and that's even before you think about if you've got a copy of TROIKA, which you probably have, with some of the ideas which are going to work in here just as well. And then we have locations, basic description of the locations and some of the events and things that can happen there. It can work as ideas spurring the game master to create further content. So along with NPCs, let's go to this for each of the different locations. So Craterton, the Squeeze, the Great Excavation, the Crossroads, Sourstone, the Wild Bridge. In fact, the Wild Bridge has actually got quite an extensive list there. So that's quite a major location. Just the same thing for Gruffholm, and the night bridge, and the cable mines. So lots of different locations where the player characters can encounter interesting NPCs and have run into strange events. And then we've got an illustration of the bridge itself, along with discussion of gatehouses. And these essentially where the player characters have to pass to go on further, where you've got the turnpikes guarding and taxing and so on. So they might have to cross the Great Gate of Libations, the Armistice Gate, the Ruined Gate, and the Open Gate. So different locations, different. Combine this again with the other previous locations, and each one, you have an encounter. So, for example, Armistice Gate, you have details of the toll to be paid, got some background, stats for the turnpike there, and places of honour to be found there, as well as more information, all varying. So gate by gate. So you've got a grand portcullis, and then the disappeared gate. Actually, you disappeared, it's not on the page, let alone along the bridge. And then some spells to be found along the bridge for those spellcasters specific to the Great Bridge. And you've got a list of the spells, including their stamina costs, things like Bridge the Gap, Weatherstone, Eyes of the Bridge, and Petrification. Ingredient index, list of things that can be found and put into the cauldron to make recipes, random tables of weather, and weirder weather and NPCs. Magical spells run amok. 51 other sphere NPCs and creatures. So travelers from beyond, as are most TROIKA characters. Awful birds to be found in the air and perching on the bridge. What happens when you fall off the bridge and the dangers of falling? Because that's essentially, it's a narrow space per se. What might be found to be underneath, because you can get under the bridge. And you've also got discussion there of economics and magic stones to be found. And then the Homebody Bridges glossary of items, finishing the book up, along with that image of the bridge, again, down as a mini poster map. Now, Technical Grimoire is best known for the role-playing game Bones Deep, perhaps. And this is another interesting, weird fantasy setting of a very limited, but sort of like onwardly ever-expanding setting. I think this is quite fascinating to play and explore. Play through the mini-campaign, to have strange adventures with the even stranger character types you've got there. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's an interesting kind of setup and engaging, and sort of like with a really fantastic cover as well. So that is Bridgetown, published by Technical Grimoire. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game or role-playing game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. In the meantime, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and we'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.